with coverage you can count on. This is the Erie News NOWCAST.
Good afternoon, I'm Elspeth Meisner. Thanks so much for joining us for your Erie News Now Weekend NOWCAST. Erie News Now has election coverage you can count on, and we are just a few days away before Election Day, and that means local Republicans and Democrats are each rallying their bases. Yesterday, local Republicans rallied their base at Rainbow Gardens. The Mill Creek Republican Regional Committee hosted its annual rally before the tally event at Rainbow Gardens. The event gives local residents a chance to hear from Republican candidates running for office next week. And once again, Northwest PA was back in the worldwide spotlight as a reporter from Germany was in town seeking interviews.
So it wasn't unusual that the German newspaper syndicate was here tonight interviewing the candidates and myself. It's not unusual. And even NPR, as you know, said Erie's a swing location, swing county.
And just a reminder, on Election Day, the polls are open from 7 a.m. until 8 p.m. on Tuesday evening. And be sure to tune into Erie News Now on Election Night, again next Tuesday, for complete coverage of all the local races. We'll be live with the candidates, we'll also be at the polling places, and we'll be also with political experts. It's all election coverage you can count on starting Tuesday on Erie News Now at 5 o'clock. Turning now from the election to COVID-19, the FDA granted emergency use authorization of the Pfizer vaccine for children ages 5 to 11. Now, that authorization comes a couple days after the FDA's advisory panel recommended the approval of the vaccine. The decision-making process now moves to the CDC, which needs to sign off on it before the vaccine can become readily available. So far, Pfizer's already ramping up production of the child-sized doses, marking them with a special orange cap so they won't be confused with the adult ones. Pfizer says the data shows the vaccine is more than 91% effective in young children. And veterans got a chance to get an extra layer of protection against the flu this year, thanks to a drive-through flu clinic that was held at the Veterans Medical Center today. Wrapped up just at noon. This was the third drive-through clinic of the year. Organizers say the drive-through format allows them to see and help more veterans, and it keeps it safer too. It also helps those veterans who may have difficulty getting around. Organizers say the past few clinics were successful, and they think this one was a success too.
I think our drive-through is the most efficient. Our first drive-through clinic, we saw 628 people in 3.5 hours. Our second one, we saw over 400. And today's a little bit slower, so I'm thinking around 300.
Still great news that all those veterans have that extra layer of protection. If you did miss today's clinic or the ones they've had in the past, they'll be having them indoors on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9 until 3:30 by appointment only. Tomorrow is Halloween, and there's certainly lots of fun to be had and, of course, a lot of candy to be eaten. And we have your trick-or-treat dates and hours for you, just so you can plan accordingly. A few communities are starting with trick-or-treating tonight, but most communities will be trick-or-treating on Halloween, which, of course, is tomorrow. A lot of them going from 6 until 8. Let's bring you up to date with the latest sports going around the region for today. Several young girls got a chance to hit the ice at the Erie Bank Sports Park for a hockey clinic on learning hockey for the first time. For an hour this morning, over 24 young girls ages 5 to 15 got to try on gear, skates, even handle the hockey equipment themselves. There was a lot of hockey coaches and other older female players on hand to help and show support to the young ladies who wanted to try hockey out for the first time today.
Some of them have never been on the ice, so this is the first opportunity. They've seen it on TV or a family member plays or watches, so now we get them out to experience it for the first time.
And just how popular was this clinic? We'll hear from one 8-year-old tonight, and we'll hear why she decided to give it a try and how it all turned out. Well, the countdown to the Winter Olympics are on, but people are still having those fond memories from the Summer Olympics just a few months ago. And it's certainly not every day that an Olympic gold medalist is right here in our region. But on Friday, a world record-breaking summer athlete was in Ashtabula County. Our Kristen Allen caught up with Caleb Dressel, hearing everything about the Tokyo Games to what he's up to now and what he's doing to prepare for Paris in 2024.
It's almost been 3 months since the end of the Tokyo Olympic Games, and in that time, 7-time gold medalist and world record holder Caleb Dressel has been taking it easy.
I know it seems very minuscule, but for me it means the world. You know, being able to take a trip here and not have to worry about missing practice or freaking out about practice because I know that I'm leaning into it and I need to allow myself time.
Competing on the world's biggest stage brings with it insurmountable pressure, a weight Dressel didn't realize he was carrying until after he got home.
I'm good at dealing with pressure, and how I do that is I just bury it and then I bottle it up and I ignore it. But it takes its toll, and you don't realize how much it takes until you're able to breathe from it all.
Dressel tells me the mental toll of swimming at an Olympic level is almost unbearable, so he's taking this time to recuperate mentally and physically and hoping to mentor young people along the way.
Do my part to talk with the kids, make myself seem a little more human. I think I can relate to them in a lot more ways that they think.
And the world champion is already looking ahead to the next Olympic Games.
Will we see you in Paris? Is that what we're working toward?
I mean, certainly, yeah. The best way to get ready for Paris right now is to not prepare as much. I still need a little bit of a breather before I get full saddle back in and everything. But yeah, certainly that's the goal.
Kristen Allen, Erie News Now.
Dressel said he's hoping to form relationships with students that he meets at SPIRE and hopefully mentor them along their own Olympic journey. Now here's a look at Saturday's schedule for sports for today. There's no postseason action of the four, but here's a look at what's happening tonight around the region. Titusville is at Kennedy Catholic. Cathedral Prep will travel to Canisius. Sharpsville will travel north to take on Mercier's Prep at 5. And then it's Lakeview at Franklin tonight at 7. So a few 1 p.m. games there, a 5 o'clock and a 7 o'clock. So a lot of high school football on tap for tonight. Well, thanks so much for joining us for the Erie News Now Weekend Nowcast. Be sure to tune in to Erie News Now at 6 o'clock for the latest news, weather, and sports. Have a great Saturday.